behind said creation. And I'm so pleased to have him on a broadcast. And I was just telling him, I was saying, hey, you got to come back for a longer broadcast. We'll figure it out. Something we'll figure out a show. And we're gonna have our good friend Charlie. So I might have mentioned before my friend Charliefits. Charlie and I, we go way back, and we'll get into that in a second. Well, Charlie did one of the sweetest things. Us Jews, we have a term for a guy like Charlie. We call him a mensch. You know what a mensch is? A sweetheart, someone who just does really thoughtful things for other people. And Charlie just randomly surprised me. Charlie and I, we go back years and years and years. Almost, I want to say 15 years at this point, maybe longer. Charlie, out of the blue, sent me a care package in the mail. I had no idea he was going to do this. It's not the first time that he has hooked me up with some of his incredible creations, but I didn't know he was going to do this. And I'll tell you something, and here's the honest truth, and this is the main message I want to send about stuff like this. You know, I didn't say this to Charlie when I spoke to him on the phone. I was having a rough day that day. I was not feeling very good. I was feeling kind of rough about a couple of things. And when I got a surprise package unexpectedly in the mail, it was just it just cheered me up. It really brought up my spirits. It just goes to show the power of doing something nice for someone else unexpectedly with, no sort of, whatever. And I just wanted to highlight, and another word, cavell, which means to just speak high praises of. And he sent me this box full of stuff. And I have Charlie here. He's waiting in the green screen. He can hear everything I'm saying right now. Green room and whatnot. I don't really, let's just bring him out. Let's bring him out and we'll say hello, and then we'll get into the box. Okay. This is my good friend, Charliefits. He calls me Jeff Fitz, and we've been fitsing it for a long time. Hey buddy, how are you?
Very kind words, Jeff.
Hey, well-deserved words. I mean, I can't, they don't even begin to describe the mensch that is Charliefits right here. How you doing tonight, Charlie?
Good. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm really good. I wanted to do this around Halloween, and it was just, I just had so many videos going on. I was like, so I've literally kept everything in the box apart from just taking a photo of the smaller boxes, because I wanted to do this. I wanted to raise some awareness to anybody who watches this channel about all the awesome things that you create, and B, wanted to do it live on the air. I'm going to be pseudo surprised, but not all the way surprised, which is, half and half, but that's okay. That's okay.
You have more self-containment than I do, because I probably I don't know, I have to rip everything open. So I applaud you for being able to wait.
It's well worth the wait, and it's just sometimes you just gotta have that self-restraint. It's tough. Mm-hmm. Charlie, do you remember where we met?
Well, it was at the Music Box, but then later that night it was the Congress Theater outside.
And, you have a better memory than I do, because Charlie and I met in 2008. So it's actually about 14 years.
Yeah.
And going on 15 years. And he's right. I was wrong. I was going to say the wrong thing. I was going to say we met behind Congress Theater, but that's not true. We actually met a few hours earlier at the Music Box.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the Music Box Massacre was happening. And we were both hanging around there. And then he was like, I think maybe one of us mentioned that we were going to go see Danzig, and the other one was like, yeah, like me too. And that was like, we were like, what? And then we were all we were waiting. What I remember very clearly is that we were all hanging out behind the Congress Theater, which is what you did when Danzig or Iggy Pop or whatever band was rolling into town. You waited behind the Congress because you might be able to either get up backstage or get on the bus or get some stuff signed. And so I was there, you were there, and a third guy was there.
Oh, maybe Peter, or was it Bob?
Bob Fitz. It was
It was
Bob.
Bob. It was Bob.
It was Bob O'Rourke, and that was the night the three of us met. And not like we hung out all the time, like the three of us. I think you and I hung out way more. But whenever something Danzig related or whatever, something was going down, like the three of us would always either cross paths and that really culminated in 2016 when we saw the original Misfits together
Grant in Douglas Park. Yeah, yeah,
in
right.
Douglas Park in front of, it was 80,000 something people, I think
Biggest
it was.
attendance up to that point. Yeah.
Yeah, 84,000 people, I think. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
which is all there to see the Misfits. And we've talked about that legendary show at great lengths on this channel. And yeah, so Charlie was there and our friend Bob was there. So we go way back. I used to live in Chicago, which is how I met Charlie. Obviously, Charlie lives in Chicago. Charlie and I saw the Misfits twice together. Charlie came to New Jersey and we saw that show as well. And somewhere along the line, Charlie, who's always had artistic inclination, just one day you just started tell me just a little bit about this. You start the House of Wolfman, which is Charlie's Etsy shop, and you can see the link right there, right here. Go visit it. It's also, there's a clickable link down in the description. Go check out his shop and all of his marvelous creations that we're going to unravel. How did that really all begin for you, Charlie? Tell me about that process.
That was, you mentioned the massacre thing where we both met. We got a mutual friend who runs that, and I would start like selling those things at his shows and be set up at the table, the merch table, and then I don't know. I was just doing that specifically at those shows and not really making a career out of it. And then I don't know, the Etsy thing started to pick up for people, so I thought, oh well, give this a shot, and I've been doing that for about 5-6 years, I think. So yeah, and then doing conventions too on the side. So just trying to do like these in-person events along with the online market. So yeah, just finding that balance, I guess.
Charlie, one of my favorite things about Charlie, besides him just being an awesome dude, is that he is an incredibly humble he's an incredibly humble person who is totally downplaying what I have witnessed from the sidelines all the way here in New York. Here's what I saw from my POV of what Charlie just said. Charlie loves to make, he's good. He's really good at sculpting shit. He sculpts. He's really into horror movies and all sorts of stuff. And he sculpts things that he loves. And I remember that you would make these figurines and you would give them to people that you really admired, like, guys in the Danzig crew or whatever, like, just
sure.
You were giving these things out and they were cherished. I mean, I saw these things, for sure. I definitely recall seeing the one that you did for Steve Zing in his house. And,
was that the Unholy Passion woman?
I don't remember which one, but I remember I was like, oh my God, that's my friend Charlie's thing. I think this was at his old place. Point being is that what started off as like, hey, I'm crafting these things for people that I really admire and respect, and finding a way to turn it into a business. And what I love about your story, or my perception of your story, is that you took something that you really excelled at and manifested it into something that has turned into a sustainable business for you. And where you're doing conventions and you have tables, and the sculptures you do are so they have like a flavor, a brand, and I feel like people, they need to have that, like, in the same way that, what are those, the Funkos, how people
Funko
are like,
Pops, yeah,
people like love like the Funko brand, like what it looks like, and they're like, oh, I need to have this because it's the Funko thing. I feel like it's the same with your
I hope so.
take.
Yeah,
I definitely think so. Your take on whatever creature you're crafting. And you've done, I mean, Charlie's done everything. He's done rock bands. He's done horror movies that he really loves. He does monster serial characters, as we're about to
Hmm.
see in 2 seconds. And and tell me about, here's another thing, because I was, I crashed with Charlie a few years ago, and I kind of saw some of his workshop at the time. Tell me a little bit about how you had to you started to have to like upscale, because these things, the things that Charlie makes, he's making these things by hand. He doesn't send them to a factory. He's not 3D printed anything. He is making each piece by hand. He is hand painting them. It's a combination of sculpting and like model kit stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The mold making, the resin
Right.
pouring. Yeah. Totally model kit.
What's up, Steve? Dan, by the way, Dan just said, hold on, what did Dan say? Dan says, I have a bunch of Charlie's figures. They're so fun, and they have really evolved in craftsmanship.
Oh, that
Great
must be
pop
Dan
culture reference.
Scheckler.
That is, that
Dan.
is.
Hey, Dan. What's up?
And Pinstripe Dynasty says, wow, he makes cool shit. I hope to see others restocked on its Etsy in the future.
Hmm. Yeah.
What made you decide, when did you just go like, hey, I need to like open up a shop here?
Man, that was probably like around the same time as conventions, and just like having when you have that, you're not going to sell everything at convention, so you're going to have a lot of leftover stock, and then figure that there's enough people asking about it online, then you just like you want to have it available, and that's exactly the first time I did it, and it was like showcasing it at. You went to Flashback one year,
Yeah, I was with
so
you. I watched your
uh-huh.
table while you were like setting up and stuff, and like this, that, and the other. I remember that.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
probably my first flashback that I started Etsy, and then like days after it was over, then I just opened the Etsy shop, and that's how it all came together. It was like working in tandem, I guess.
That's such a beautiful story to me though, because it's like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Hey, I'm gonna do this thing by I do this thing really well, so well, and people like it so much that I'm actually gonna rent a table at a convention and do it there, or have a table spot and do it there, and then oh, I figured out a way to make these things like in mass, and I wonder if the overstock is going to sell. And not only does
Hmm.
the overstock sell, I actually have. Let's take a look at the shop right here. We have the shop open. I'm just going to show you. Look at Charlie has full 5-star rating on almost 3,000 sales. If that just doesn't show you what independent DIY entrepreneurship looks like to me, it's literally one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Look, here's a Phantom he's done. Oh, Eric, sorry, it's Eric, right? Eric the Phantom. He has Fluffy from Creepshow. Um, Here's Belial from Basket Case. He's got the Silver Shamrock box set, and you at a certain point you took it up. Here's Frankenstein. At a certain point, you took it up to another level where you started packaging. We're going to see some of that packaging in a minute. You started packaging these monstrosities. It's like you keep trying to take the production up to another level. Tell me a little bit about that, where that comes from.
Well, you've probably seen the ones that are sealed in a bag with a little card on them, right?
Yes, of course.
So that's like what most people do, and that comes from this like how the Japanese companies package their toys. Usually, like a Godzilla toy will be in a plastic bag with a little card on it, and then a lot of people started going along with that. I copied it, so I don't know. It seemed like certain ones you had to make it more protective, I guess, with a box within a box.
Right.
So it just made
Sure.
more sense. And then when you have like serial characters, it's like, yeah, you want to have miniature cereal boxes in a sense. So it seemed to work out well that way for those guys.
Now, what's really funny is, independently of knowing Charlie, I have friends that from all over, literally from all over, from different states, people that I know from different states who are just like, who either post Charlie's stuff or have like, they find out about Charlie in some way, shape, or form. And I'm just like, dude, that's my friend Charlie. And it's like, it blows my mind to see it like explode, man. I mean, it's just really, It's really, really freaking cool. Michelle, hi Michelle, how are you? She says, I love learning the evolution of Charlie's process. Very cool. Amend wants to know, can we do a video about the time Glenn Danzig got beat up by the guys from Def Leppard? Probably not. I'm not sure really what happened there. And we have my impersonator.
Oh, is that the fake
Yeah,
clip?
just I don't know, one of the stalker guys doing his thing. Ooh, look at me, pay attention to me. Ha 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 ha. Except no substitutes. I'm the only Frumess. There is only one. It is me. All right, let's not hold on. We're kind of we don't have all the time in the world here. We'll have to have Charlie back on. Hold on. We're trying to think if there's one other thing that I was thinking of. Let's see here. If there was anything else I was trying to remember off the top of my head about what Charlie does. No, I guess that's really it. Let's go. Let's take a look at what's in the. So Charlie sent me, as I said, he sent me this box full of stuff. And the first thing that he sent, I had to leave them intact. Don't worry, the kids got plenty of Halloween candy, but I knew that these were for the kiddies, okay? For the kids. Look at these. He said 2 little trick-or-treat bags full of candy for my children. I mean, what this fucking guy?
And you hoarded them.
This fuck. No, I didn't give it to. I mean, I didn't eat it. I wanted to leave it intact so everybody could see what you. But Charlie, there is a 30% dad tax. This is what happens.
True. That's true.
You know,
you got to pay the toll.
I'm teaching the kids about taxes at an early age, Charlie.
They got to pay their share.
So everybody's got to pay their share, right? So what Charlie does, so Charlie has taken things up to another level. This is how creative Charlie is. Look at this. So it's like, how can I best package my figurines, right? He turns them into little boxes of cereal. Tell me about these stickers. Where did you get these stickers? They are friggin' genius. Where did you get these stickers?
Those are just plain postcards that I got from Vistaprint. And yeah, so I think I got, like, you have to order a minimum of 50. And then so with each character, I just have them all printed out and cut them and then post them to the box. And that's really
absolutely gorgeous. Look at these. Dagger Love, shout out to Dagger Love in the comments. Thank you so much for your support, Dagger Love. Dagger Love says, fan character dressed as cheerleader jumping in the air. Ha 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 ha. We all know Charlie's a smart egg. Charlie is a smart egg, Dagger. Dagger, by the way, Dagger, I hope I can say this on the air. Dagger has a hot tub that has a titanium coat on it that he has proudly that they have proudly dubbed the DeLorean. It is known as the DeLorean tub, and it's really, really cool. But thank you, Dagger, for the support. Really appreciate it. So we have these right here, Fruit Brute and Frankenberry. No, that is not the real Frumess in the chat. I don't know who that is. That is someone pretending to be me, because I am Frumess and I am live with you here right now. I don't know who that is, but we're just going to carry on as is. Yes, Dagger, it is right. It's a time machine because Dagger was like, it's a time machine, right? The hot tub time machine. So it's like, Dagger, if it's titanium, you have to call it the DeLorean. And I think that's great. I think that's really, really great. Okay, so we have the blueberry right here. Sorry, I'm getting distracted as I do. Then we have Count Chocula, of course. I mean, look at this. Look at all the shit he sent me. My God. And then we have Yummy Mummy. Look at these stickers. So he got these done at Vistaprint. And what does that do? Again, it was obviously it's protective, but you were just like, hey, I'm going to take this to another level and I'm just going to turn it into an actual cereal box. It's friggin' genius. Okay. I knew that these were in there, but buried under tissue paper, there was more. There was more, and I was not aware of this, and I was shocked. But wait, there's more. I was like, what is this fucking guy? and he sent me a letter, which I'm going to read. Can I read this on the air, Charlie? Is this? I was
Sure,
saving it. I
sure.
was saving it.
Nothing incriminating is on
Nothing
there. So.
incriminating on here. So look, Charlie sent me this card. Again, I got all of this when I was just having the worst day ever, dude. I mean, it's just so nice. This is what he writes to me. This fucking guy, man. This fucking guy, Jeffits, hissing you a happy Halloween. Keep on being the rad dude that you are. Get that sour cream ready for November 1st. And of course, any Danzig Sam Hain Misfits fan knows that when November is coming fire, sour cream. Yes. Oh God, that is going in the archive right there. So let's take a look now. Hold on. Sorry. I feel like this is the home shopping network. And again, check out the Etsy store. Is it Etsy or Etsy? I never pronounced that right.
You can go either way, probably.
Either way, check out the store because he's always updating it. I know that there is stuff updated in there from time to time. Okay, so first we have, I'm gonna go one by one. Ready? Okay. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. The Halloween edition. And listen, all I could say is that they're the reaction figures. Go eat your fucking heart out. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker is all I gotta say. Hi, everybody. Hello. Da, 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 da. I mean, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Hand painted. Absolutely gorgeous. So we have a Crimson Ghost here. Then remember what Charlie was saying about the bags, how he does the bags, which is modeled after the Japanese baggies. Like I said, I didn't know these were in the goddamn thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Isn't that gorgeous, man? Horror business style. You got what does this say? I think that says Flawn 9. That's what that is. That doesn't say Plan 9. That says Flawn 9. Yes, Flawn 9. 831. 831 is on the little trick-or-treat bag here. My God. So you make the mold. So when you make a mold, you sculpt the mold and then you put Sorry about that. I think I froze up. My bad, Charlie.
No problem.
Charlie, where did I leave off with you?
Hold on. You're asking about the mold?
Yeah, before we do, Sherm Smoke always says that Frumess saved my life. He said this on multiple videos in a variety of different places. Please, how and where did I save your life? You said this so many times. Are you ever going to explain how this happened or occurred? I want to know. I'm glad your life is okay, but like, how? I'm so curious to know. So real quick, I know we're crunched for time. Just tell me, how do you exactly make the molds without giving away your proprietary secrets?
So after you sculpt it in clay, you use this 2-part silicone mix for the mold, and then you got to wait for that to cure. You got to do that twice so you get both sides. And then once you get that fully cured mold, then you could start pouring in the resin and probably make up to like however many you want, up to like 24 probably.
Wow. Why is that? It just wears out after 24 and you have to do it again?
Yeah, I mean, you could be like really careful and probably get a little bit more, but yeah, like
it's wear and tear.
Yeah, and those two I gave you, the Crimson Ghosts, those are from like 2 years ago, so those are like long gone. Those are just things that I give out to people after I got in trouble for it, and I just like hoarded them for myself and just like trickled down here and there.
Do you keep one of each of the things that you make? I hope you do, like that you have them in a collection, right?
Most of the time I do, but then sometimes I end up just selling them or letting them go, and then I make new
Mm.
ones. And I feel like I could kind of improve on it every few years, so I try to keep upgrading. And yeah, hopefully.
I gush, man, because it's like, oh, here's my passion. My passion, I'm gonna turn into a business. The business is now it's a byproduct of the business is a byproduct of my passion. I've gotten so good at my passion and people love so much what I am doing that I am now actively turned it into a business that's bringing me revenue. But I'm still not satisfied. I want to keep striving to be better and improve on the previous version. I mean, that's beautiful, man. That's what I see when I just like I think it's so great.
You always
I
keep
really
learning
do.
in this, in like whatever field you're doing, art, like whatever, sculpture, painting. It's just you can always keep learning and trying to get better. So that's what I go for.
Didn't I say this dude was a friggin' humble dude, man? Like, I mean, just awesome. Let's open these up before Charlie turns into a pumpkin. Hold on. So look, he's put some in tissue paper, right?
Oh yeah.
Look at this. Oh, is this my new friend? I don't have a lot of friends. I especially don't have a lot of friends like Charlie, but I think I have a new friend,
Is that Boo? Okay, I got
Mr.
one over here too.
Booberry. Can you see him? Oh, huh. Hi, Charlie. Thanks for bringing me to life. That it's just gorgeous, man. It is.
Thank
These are
you.
so gorgeous. I love them. I love them. As I said, the aesthetic, man. You've created a branded aesthetic that you have cultivated in a way where people are like, I need to have the Charlie version of that. I don't know what you would call it, the Charlie version or the House of Wolfman. Out of the tissue paper comes the
A
yummy
mummy.
mummy, baby. Look at this guy. Hi, yummy mummy. Hi. I think these are going to be my new correspondents on the show.
And you have to
I'm gonna
voice every single one of them
Yeah.
too.
Yes. Like I'll be doing a show by myself and I'll just be like, what do you think, yummy mummy? Why, Jeff? I think that's a great idea. You're so brilliant. That is, I think that is, I see that in the future. That is what
They could be your
is
field
going to happen.
reporters too. Yeah.
Right. These will be my field reporters. Okay. Up next, we are unboxing the original, the OG, the man fucking Count motherfucking Chocula, baby.
Mhm.
Look at him. One, he doesn't count. He's gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, when you carve these, are you're doing them from reference photos? How much of it is reference photo, and how much of it is you just like going off the cuff, or do you take like certain liberties with little things here and there?
I think for these guys, I mostly use the vintage like 1971, uh, the boxes, and then those little commercials they used to do, those animated ones, and
Right.
pretty much stuck with that.
Wow. And that is what has guided you. We got two more to go, and we're gonna end the show very very early. Like I said, we literally we dropped in. I'm so glad Charlie was able to line up his busy schedule to be here for this. Oh, the fucking fruit brute, baby. Look at him. Oh man. I mean, these are incredible, and they're molded out of clay. They're handcrafted, but you would almost think that it's so weird because they are manufactured, but they're manufactured in a handcrafted way. So it's like they're not. I don't know. I can't describe it. It's like each one feels unique, even though there is a quality of consistency that goes from one to the next, and that is fucking excellent, dude. I can't. I got it now. I have to have a display. I have to set up a proper display. My
Have you
basement
seen
is in
people's displays? They
shambles.
got like glass displays with these lights on each
Really?
level. It's insane. Yeah, it's That's what I need
I
too.
need to get some LEDs. I'm gonna take some photos. The first time Charlie, which my guys, they're sitting right over there. I took some I did some lit photos of the things that Charlie sent me, and oh, I think this is my favorite actually of all the ones.
Oh, Frankie.
Fucking Frankie. Oh my
Uh,
god, he is beautiful. Oh my god, Frankie. Frankie, you are gorgeous. Look at this guy. Look at this. What do you think, Frank? I think it's really great. Everybody go to House of Wolfman. Go to the Etsy. Order one of me. Take me home. You can do it.
that reminds
Freaking
me of
amazing, dude.
Brad Garrett. I think Brad Garrett would be like the right voice for Frankenberry when they do the big Universal
You
animated
think that's
movie, if
gonna
they ever get around to it.
Man, why haven't they done like a proper cartoon of these guys?
It's like
You know,
easy money for them.
there was a peanut butter werewolf from the 70s. Did you know there was another one?
Another one?
Yeah.
How did
That
I
was
not
the
know
only
about this?
cereal. Yeah, it's the only cereal that has not come back in some shape or form.
No
Check out
way.
Google at when you get off of here. Google, you got to make a new guy. Google the peanut butter werewolf. He
Oh my
is
God.
he's the last monster from the monster cereals. He was discontinued. He was never brought back. And I'm trying to remember. I think there's a reason why the creature of the Black Lagoon is not, they couldn't do anything
They never made
with
them.
him.
Yeah.
Well, that was because I think every other character, if you look at them, Count Chocula, Frankenstein, Boo Berry, all of these creatures are not based on the universal creatures. The creature from the Black Lagoon is the only creature that was sort of created in that universal sort of
Like not based
series.
on a novel and
Right.
just being an original. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you notice when they do Frankenstein and it's not, you have to license the flat top Frankenstein
And then the bolts on the
look.
neck. Yeah. That's all
Yeah,
copyrighted.
that's all copyrighted. So when you see Frankenstein, you'll notice, look at the Van Helsing movie, which is really, really fun, or look at Robert De Niro, look at Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which everybody hates, but I secretly love.
Or
When you look
Monster
at
Squad too.
Monster Squad, all of these things, although Monster Squad does have a creature, has an aquatic creature, they
I'm
could have
surprised they
gotten
got
away
away
with
with
it.
that. Yeah.
They could have done it. They could have figured out a way to do a creature cereal that was green, and they just were, I think they were lazy
Like
and
a
they just
green
didn't do it.
sour apple or something,
Oh my
Apple
God. Now,
Jacks.
like, okay, so two things. One, you should fucking do that. You should just do it. You be the impetus. You create the creature version that people need to add to their collections, because it's like it just gives it, it's like it doesn't exist, but what if? But what if?
Why not?
Why not, dude? It's ripe, waiting to be taken, It's about 8:57, which is almost 9 o'clock Charlie's time. He's in Chicago. And I want to thank Charlie so much for these wonderful, thoughtful gifts. B, for being so like creative and inspiring. Like, I love his story. I've written about it on my website too, but like I could just endlessly gush about Charlie and what he does, and like, because I just think it's just so special and wonderful, and is a beautiful example of just doing something that you love and being good at it and getting really good at it, and then finding a way to turn it into a business. And Steve says, thank you, Charlie, for sharing your talents. And
Thanks, Steve.
I'm here on the sidelines rooting for you, and we'll have you back on the show, Charlie. Maybe for a top 10 with our friend Bob. We'll do something like horror related.
Yeah.
And you'll come in with your top 5. We've been doing these top 5 lists. They're a lot of fun.
I'm down for that.
All right, so we're gonna go now because Charlie has to go, and I got stuff I'm gonna get back to, and I just wanted to thank him again. Check out the Etsy shop, Itsy Bitsy Spider. Check out the shop. Check out the House of Wolfman. The link is in the description. Enough out of me. Charlie, we'll talk, sir. I hope you enjoyed that thing
Thanks
that
for
I
having
said.
me
I don't know if
on,
we
man.
started. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Fucking awesome. And we'll talk. We'll talk, okay?
Gladly, man. Glad to catch up.
Peace. Hair grease. Yes, we will.
grease.
Peace and hair grease. And we will see you next time. I'm just going to end this. I'm going to end it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.